What is best in life? To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of their women.
All right. What's going on? It must be, what is it, Tuesday? Tuesday night? Tuesday night Radio Baloney Live. I'm your host, Richie Baloney, and this is the special Christmas edition. So how's everybody doing? Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. Who we got? Oh, we got the Izzy, we got Rosie, we got Spambot, we got Ottawa in the chat already. Good to see you guys. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you all. What are we going to do? So, all right, listen, let's go over the menu. This is what we're going to talk about. We're going to start out with just our regular news, all right, because there's some stuff I want to get to. Not that much of it, a little bit of it. And then we're going to get to the Christmas stuff. So, you know, Father Christmas is too white in the UK, apparently. We've got Christmas is a feminist issue. We're going to have fun with that. Transphobic Christmas cards. Oh, no. We're going to have some fun with that, too. And then all the stuff that you guys have sent me in about Christmas. We're going to go through all of this. It's going to be a good time. Yeah, it's all going to be. What's some Ricky Gervais in there? Bunch of crazy stuff. It's going to be fun. All right, everybody. And then, of course, then we'll end it off with the other non-Christmas stuff that you guys sent in. So we'll end it off. And there's some funny stuff in there and just crazy stuff and animals and all the things that you guys come to the channel for. And what's going on? So as everybody knows, actually, before we get to the likes and the good karma, my apologies for yesterday. The power went out at 4:30. I went to sleep at about 1 o'clock. It was still off. And I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning and it was on. So anyway, that's too late. Too late to start the stream. So my apologies. It's getting worse. I saw that Spam on X had commented that he's got a lot of customers in the Lower Mainland that are complaining about constant power outages. I mean, that it must have been out for at least 9 hours yesterday. And this is happening a lot. Like last week, I woke up and I guess it had gone out in the middle of the night because the clock had been reset. And this is happening regularly now where I live. And the weird thing is, it's like just my little area. It's like 130 homes. And then you can see like a whole bunch of other little areas. I don't know what's going on. Is it a competency crisis in Canada? I don't know, but it sucked and I hated it. Well, it wasn't that bad, actually. I've got, lanterns. I always make sure I've got lots of batteries and stuff. I have stuff in case of the apocalypse, people. So a little bit of a power outage. It's going to be fine, right? I did wonder, though. Is this a Christmas apocalypse? Oh, boy, I hope I'm prepared. Anyway, as everybody knows, we're streaming on YouTube, on Rumble, on X, and on Locals. And also, as everybody knows, and when you subscribe to the channel, become a channel member, send me money, something like that, or like the stream, you get free good karma. And the early likes, the earlier the better. The early likes get extra good karma. Extra. And I guess this is a Christmas stream. So maybe we'll do a special amount of karma tonight. Who got the first likes on the different platforms? Let's see. Izzy says, Merry Christmas, all. Merry Christmas to you, Izzy. Rosie looks like got the second like. So I'm saying that because it's a special Christmas stream, and some people may need a little bit of extra good karma at Christmas time, and this is all totally true and real, by the way. I'm saying it's 20 good karmas for the first. So that's 19 good karmas for Rosie if she got the second like there. Very well indeed. That's a crazy amount of good karma. Rosie says, Merry Christmas, but in a higher voice than that. Izzy says, hard to believe it's nearly the end of another year. Well, every breath is one breath closer to death. So that's important to remember at Christmas, too. Marcus Aurelius, the famous Stoic, had a man follow him around, and his only job was to say, you are just a man. You are just a man. Think about that. Recognizing your mortality is not a bad thing. Let's see. Fanbot says, good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Let's say imagine how he says it. Let's see. Ottawa James says, hello, all. Hello to you, Ottawa James. Spambot was listening to something called a Yawalt podcast earlier. Don't know what that is. Let's see. Oh, all women are like that. I think I've seen some of these types of videos before. They're actually kind of addictive. I haven't watched one for a while, but they're kind of addictive when you watch them because there's so much truth in them. Let's see. What else is going on? Spambot Fodder says, what a great podcast. You're talking about the other one, obviously. Let's see. Izzy says, Tuesday before Christmas. Izzy says, did I miss a show last night? The power went out. 4:30 it went out. Normally it comes back on in like an hour or something like that. I thought we might be able to do the show, maybe just start a little bit late, but no. I stayed up till 1 o'clock in the morning because that's just when I go to sleep. And yeah, it was still out. It was me with my lanterns and my crosswords. Yeah, so there was no show. I wanted to do a show. I was really looking forward to it, actually, because I think I enjoy those streams the most, actually. For one thing, they're shorter. They're shorter. But they're not actually always shorter. But I was looking forward to it because they're just kind of fly by the seat of your pants. It's totally unstructured. They're just fun. It's very heavy on the audience participation, the chat participation. That's really like those are the nights I might just call it the link monkey stream because that's when I want you guys to go crazy with the links is on the premium streams, the Monday premium streams. Izzy says nobody is ever prepared for the apocalypse. Well, they say that really, like if there's a nuclear apocalypse, they say that really you should hope you are incinerated immediately, vaporized immediately, because it would be so awful afterwards. But I don't know. I think I'd do all right. Canuck Six Stringer, how you doing? The 6th. So that would give you 14 good karmas tonight. 14 good karmas. Holy macaroni. It's Christmas, people. Rosie says, Izzy #1 on Rumble. 20 good karmas for you. That should last you right through the new year. Although we will be doing more streams. Rosie got #1 on YouTube. Holy macaroni. That's 20 for you, plus any other ones you got as well. Holy macaroni. Spambot 3rd here. That's 18. 18. Only one on Rumble. Only one on... Well, on Rumble, I'm going to give extra points. That's an extra 2. You get 20 as well. There we go. Let's see. Canuck Six Stringer says, good evening and Merry Christmas. Very well. Nevada got 5. That's 15 good karmas right there. Boom. Everybody loves it. Let's see. Rosie says, thank you. Merry Christmas, Canuck. Merry Christmas. Dramus, how you doing? Dramus says, a Merry Christmas to you. Ha, ha, ha. Sorry, Dramus. I can't help myself. We like to have a good time here. And I did, by the way, the stream got... here's Brian. I was just about to say this. Great minds think alike. Brian Watson over on YouTube. How you doing? Says, hello, got cut off your stream last night. Last time. That was on Sunday night. Yes, I figured out what it was. It was that it was that cheeky WWE clip. So I don't know what their problem is. Is it like, are they making a lot of money off of like 30-year-old, like 10-second clips? So, I guess they're really serious. Can't do any of that anymore. But the stream did start up again. So we were okay. Fanbot says it's going to be bah humbug. It's going to be bah humbug driving tomorrow. Well, it sucks. What are you going to do? I was out today to go pick up a couple of things, and man, it was not pleasant. Trying to find a parking spot, and then getting out of a parking lot. Hell. And then the lineups. Oh my God. Hellish. Never do that again. Maybe I should try and become an activist for abolishing Christmas. I don't know. No, I don't think I will. Let's see. Ottawa James says Christmas Eve is like that. I learned my lesson about shopping on Christmas Eve a long time ago. I just had to pick, I'd like some food and a couple little things. Spenbot says we will get 20 to 35 centimeters of snow for Christmas. So that'll be a white Christmas. That'll be nice. It's Alberta. So, you know, you got to expect the white Christmas. JJ, how you doing? JJ says, Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas. All right. So, as I said earlier, before we get started, hold on. So, we all know that YouTube is a Christmas Grinch. So, why don't you show them what for by subscribing to the new channel? It's a few months old. I need one more subscriber for 200. And actually, over the next few days, we might pass 100,000 views on that channel. But it's the second channel. It's only a few months old. It's not growing super fast because the algorithm hates me, obviously. And they also hate you, by the way, as well. The gatekeepers hate you. So show them what's for and subscribe to the channel. Help me get to 200. And before you know it, we'll be at like 18 million or something. It's going to be awesome, everyone. And you'll know that you did your part. This is where you get all the world news now, all the U.S. news, all the UK news, the stuff about Bondi Beach in Australia, the woke mind virus stuff, the meme reviews, all of that you will have to find over here on Radio Baloney News for your pleasure. So yeah, go and subscribe there. Help me out. Help me out with it's Christmas, for God's sakes. Christmas. What's wrong with you people? All right. Ventilator says, Merry Christmas to all. Ho, ho, ho. How you doing, Ventilator? All of my audience sounds like Santa. Let's see. Rosie's going to have a 61-degree Christmas. No snow for you. All right. Nevada says, supposed to rain the most on Christmas Day. Well, that's fine. Like, how many Christmases we been through, right? I don't know. It's for children, really. I mean, I like it for children, right? I get to go see my kids. They're adults now, but, you know, the family gets together. That's what's nice about it, you know. But, yeah, I've been, you know, I mean, I don't know. I've seen a lot of Christmases at this point. You know, so I don't know. I don't really sweat it anymore. I prefer to not have the white Christmas, but because of the roads. All right, so we're doing some of our normal stories, not for that long, but some of our normal stories, and then we're getting into the Christmas stuff, the feminist Christmas, the trans Christmas, all of that good stuff. The woke Christmas stuff is gotta be fun, and then all of the stuff you guys have been sending me over the last month. I've been putting together. I've been putting it into the Christmas bookmark, and we will go over all of that. All right. So Cat Canada posted this. So here's Pierre Poilievre he's been doing a lot of interviews. He's really getting out there. He's doing the work. He knows that he's going to be relentlessly attacked and negatively framed by these people, by these propaganda drones. And he does it anyway. He has to. And, you know, the hope is that eventually the people whose brains are plugged into these channels will just go, you know, he's making sense. And you're not really being very fair to him. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at some of these clips. So here he is on Global.
What about the duty to consult with Indigenous leaders?
We should do that.
You would do that?
Of course.
And
I want you to notice, too, the tone, because this tone doesn't happen with Mark Carney or any liberal politician or cabinet member, right? This tone is reserved for Pierre Poilievre, and this is part of the framing, right? That there's something wrong with him, and well, the Rosemary Barton's teleprompter said he was divisive and mean and stuff. So this is all a part of the framing.
what if after those consultations, the answer is still no?
Well, the answer is given by the Prime Minister. And I'm saying if the Indigenous leaders say no. that I will thank them for their input. And at the end of the day, the Prime Minister has to decide. And my decision, and I'm telling Canadians before the election so they can vote on it, is I will approve a pipeline. Nobody has a veto.
About the duty to consult with
See, that's going to be, that is going to break through some propagandized minds, right? Just like pragmatic, forthright, like we're just going to do this. I'm just going to do this. If I become Prime Minister, I'm going to do this. It doesn't matter how much of a bug she has up her ass about Pierre Poilievre. That is reality asserting itself. And as I always say, reality has the best argument, and people will listen eventually. Here's the same interview. This is posted by Scott Robertson. And that last one was posted by, Cat Canada. All right. So here's the next one.
First Nations support oil and gas. Liberals and liberal elites often try to stereotype and stigmatize First Nations as being opposed to pipelines, but we need to get them built.
Here she's going to do some of that mainstream media virtue signaling as well.
Indigenous leaders who oppose it speak for themselves, first of all, but and there are those who do oppose it.
First Nation.
Is that what they do? Is that what Global News does? They let them speak for themselves? They don't have any angle on this? What do they report on it at all? Do they say what about if an Indigenous leader opposes it, do they just not report it unless he's like comes into the studio and talks to them? It's so pathetic. I mean, it's always the same. It's the same every time. It's just this weird negative framing. Somehow Pierre Poilievre is anti-Indigenous. He's speaking for them. He has the gall to speak for them. She would never do that. No, she would let them speak for themselves because she's virtuous and she's good. She's not right-wing. She's not a white supremacist. I mean, that is the framing here. Make no mistake about it.
Support.
All right, let's see the next one.
Is it possible that in the last election, many Canadians just thought you weren't the man for the moment and that it's your leadership that's the issue?
Well, my leadership got us a record number of votes. I know you don't like me.
No, you've said it. I think that's the fourth time.
It is a fact, though, right?
Is it possible that in the last election...
Do they not know the polls? Of course they do. Of course they know the polling. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Fact check. All right, just give me 1 second. Just gonna pull. I should have had this pulled up already. I knew there was something I'd forgotten, but I will have it in 1 second. Let's see. In fact, let me just pull up. Hold on. Let me just pull up. Just get the very newest polls. Hold on. Canadian federal polling average update. This is the polling average update. It has the Liberals at 38.8, Conservatives 37.7, statistical tie. Is Poilievre's leadership really so bad? Right? Is it really him? What is it? He seems to be doing pretty well. Seems to be doing, in fact, he polls better than any other potential leader for the Conservatives. Hold on. Let's see. What do we got here? This one is December 22nd. Let's see. Federal polling. LPC, 36%. Conservatives, 36%. Is he really doing a bad job? This is nanos, by the way. This is nanos. No, you can just give 3% to the Conservatives, right? On a nanos poll. Is he really doing so badly? 8 hours ago. This is for BC. We don't need to see that right now. December 22nd, 2025. Liaison strategies. 38% Conservatives, 38% Liberal. How is Poilievre such a bad leader? He seems to be doing just fine. In fact, well enough to scare the hell out of the Liberals. So let's hear that again.
Election. Is it possible that in the last election, many Canadians just thought you weren't the man for the moment and that it's your leadership that's the issue?
Well, my leadership got us a record number of votes. I know you don't like me.
No, you've said it. I think that's the fourth time.
It is a fact, though, right?
Is it possible?
Does she not keep track of the polls? Because if she does, it kind of disputes her claim there. I mean, reality disputes her claim. He's doing well. I mean, he's tied or ahead at this point. So why ask that question? Well, why? Because he's a threat to her Liberal paymasters, the people who subsidize where she works, right? So that's why. And they want to get rid of him because they know he's the threat. He is a big threat. He's more of a threat than anybody else who would lead the Conservative Party. They want him gone, right? And they're willing to lie and misrepresent reality, which is out there for anybody who wants to see it, right? You can just do a quick Google, look at the polls, right? That will tell you what's real. That's not what she wants to represent. She wants to represent some fairy tale story about he's so unpopular and nobody likes him and he shouldn't be leading the Conservatives. And by the way, did you know he's divisive and mean and stuff? Who ever heard of an opposition leader being divisive? Crazy. From Scott Robertson, posted this again. Let's see some more. This is what Pierre Poilievre has to face every time he talks to one of these ghouls.
Danielle Smith, the Conservative Premier of Alberta, seems very happy with the potential of another pipeline under Mark Carney.
Well, I want to see the reality, and she said that under my leadership, we'd be well on the way to getting the pipeline done.
Right, but
she
you
just
didn't
said
win
that
the
the
election.
other day. Well, that's why I need to win the next one. And
Danielle Smith, the Conservative Premier.
You didn't win the election. So, how does that invalidate what he just said? It's pathetic. You'd think they'd be embarrassed. I mean, are they in such a bubble that she doesn't realize how this looks? I think the answer is yes. Let's see. Now, I've got another interview here. This is from Jasmine Lane, who I think does a great job, and she gets some really good interviews. So her channel is worth a follow for sure. She says, while most media outlets want to focus on the noise, I decided to focus on what actually matters to Canadians. So here she's interviewing Pierre Poilievre. Let's take a look. Now, how does this contrast with CBC, with Rosemary Barton, with her, with Donna Friesen, with Vassie? Let's take a look.
I'm not just fighting Liberals for the fun of it. You do not have to live like this. We owe you better as a country. You're absolutely right. Freedom of speech is the first freedom, and all the other freedoms depend on it.
You get called a far right, you get called, being influenced by right-wing propaganda, all those words that we hear so frequently.
Don't let them gaslight you. Don't let them tell you you're a bad person because you refuse to hand over your personal agency to them. That this is one of the things that the Liberals and the left do very well. They screw with your brain.
It's so clear.
This is one thing they do very well, the left and the Liberals. They screw with your brain. No truer words have ever been said than that. They screw with your brain. I mean, look at what these people actually believe, right? I mean, they think that 5-year-olds are born in the wrong body, right? They think it'd be a great idea to join the EU. The elbows up, we'll never lose our sovereignty crowd. 3 seconds later, we'll enthusiastically answer a poll about giving up their sovereignty to the EU, because that's what you do when you join the EU. They're controlling your immigration now. They're controlling your trade now. They're controlling just every little regulation in your country now. But in any case,
the evidence is so clear.
In some ways, he's actually further left than Trudeau. They want me out as leader, quite frankly, because people are going to hear me say that, and they're going to say, "Surely,
that's crazy."
Say that. But please show the video. Would you do that for me? To demoralize the population into thinking that they don't deserve anything better than this. Don't give up. Keep fighting on. You will be thankful that you did, and God is not finished with you yet. We have to fight back.
Yeah, I'm with Pierre. I know not everybody likes him, but I'm with Pierre. And I'm not black-pilled on Pierre and the Conservatives. At this point, that could happen, right? But not at this point. But if you want to watch that whole interview, you can go to Jasmine Lane's channel and check it out. It's, like the antidote to the CBC or Global News or CTV. Let's see. Jasmine Lane, this moment from my interview with Pierre Poilievre wasn't asked to make headlines. It was for everyone who needs to hear it. Let's take a look.
The holidays is a really incredibly happy time, but it can also be a really big reminder of people who are no longer here with you, or of some of what you're experiencing on your own. And so I just wanted to give you an opportunity perhaps to speak to some of those people who are having a really hard time right now.
Well, that's a tough one for anyone. I mean, this is a tough time of year for a lot of people, and I know that a lot of people go into the Christmas season, they're reflecting on losses they've had of loved ones, of financial difficulties. They're stressed about how they're going to make it through another month, and they might be suffering with addiction, which is a really big problem right now. And my message to them is hang on, have hope. Help is on the way. There are better days coming. And all of the people I've met who've been through hell have always told me that it was worth persevering. And Churchill famously said he suffered with depression too. He used to call it his black dog. And he said, when you're going through hell, keep going. And so I would say that to anyone who's suffering right now, don't give up. Keep fighting on. You will be thankful that you did. And God is not finished with you yet.
What would Mark Carney say to that question? Yes, when dealing with the question of human emotions, something like that, something like that, right? Yes, humans have emotions, and yeah, Mark Carney's probably trying to he probably wants to tax your emotions for like net zero or something, right? As he says, he didn't offer maid. Yeah, Mark Carney would probably offer maid. Yeah. Well, we have medical assistance in dying for those struggling during the holiday season. Merry Christmas, everyone. Pierre Poilievre, the reason that he's able to give this, I think really authentic answer is because he's not been jet setting around the world like Mark Carney for the last 20 years. Like, he's not just hanging out. I don't think Pierre Poilievre knows any elites, right? He's been talking to Canadians. He's been in Canadian politics. He's been in Canada. And I think that he was humbled in that last election and having to go into a new riding, and he went in and he went on the ground and he talked to all the people there. And I think it really did have an effect on him. Certainly a humbling effect, not just because he lost, but actually talking to those Albertans there on the ground and actually, really listening to their struggles and their problems, probably in a way that he hasn't had to do for a while. So this feels very sincere to me and authentic, and again, in a way that you would never get from a self-described elitist globalist like Mark Carney. I don't think Mark Carney can relate to normal people, right? He can relate to, I'm sure he can relate well to Klaus Schwab or Keir Starmer, right? Anyway, again, she's doing a great job, Jasmine.
The holidays is a really incredible.
Anyway, she's doing a great job, Jasmine Lane. She gets some great interviews. And you can go to our channel for the full interview. All right, let's move on. Let's go back to the chat for a second. All right. What's going on here? What are you guys talking about? Ottawa James had 8 centimeters of snow today. I'm not looking forward to snow. I don't like the shoveling the snow out of the driveway. Not fun for me. Let's see. Brian Watson says this great channel. Best beautiful channel. Let's see. Ottawa James says, yeah, Global tried to do a hatchet job on Pierre. Shame. It's just to be expected. What do you expect nothing else from them? Ottawa James says she's snotty to Pierre. It's the tone, right? It's the tone. As if it's somehow distasteful just being in the room with him. They're so disgusting. Ottawa James says duty to consult for fuck's sakes. Look, if something's going to get done, you need to have a prime minister who's just going to say, it's my authority. I'm saying yes. Nevada says, I don't care for that lady. X like a stinking commie.
No offense, but it sounds like some fucking commie gobbledygook.
Commie gobbledygook, indeed, Norm. Indeed. Let's see. Trudeau Survivor says, shouldn't we just let them speak for themselves? That's the quote from that interviewer. Just after her hypothetical that all chiefs will reject a pipeline. I know. They're shameless. She keeps interrupting. Nevada says, I know. Let's see. I'm going to skip all the cooking chats for now. Trudeau Survivor makes a great point here. Maybe she should maybe she should take her own advice and shut her pie hole. Shut her pie hole. I love it. Ottawa James says, yeah, fake poster nanos. I mean, they're not fake. They're not fake. You just got to take a few points off, or at least a couple of points off a nanos poll during the election. They tend to herd with the rest of them right at the election, right before the election, so that they can say, oh, look, well, we're actually not bad. We were only 3 points off or 2 points off or something. It's usually more during the election that they're off by. They're not the worst. Ecos is the worst. Brian Watson says, when she interviews Carney, she will have makeup on and smile at Carney. Yes, that's what they do. This is part of the framing. And I think that it sure seems planned to me. I mean, are they not professional enough to hide their disdain for Pierre Poilievre? Because obviously they do. They're all liberals, right? They all hate the Conservative Party and they hate Pierre. But it's part of the framing. It's probably intentional. They're probably all... They should be professional enough to not do that. Professional enough. Uh-oh, my brain.
I ain't got a good brain.
Oh, dear. All right. Ottawa James says she looks so bitter. She really, yeah. Devada says she's really starting to piss me off. As he says, the media has to do the bidding of their paymasters. They sure do. But they also want to do it as well, because they're all partisan hacks. Rosie is decorating gingerbread houses with family and watching Elf. That's nice. That's a nice way to spend the day before Christmas Eve. It's lovely. But just so you know, we are going to be talking about tranny Christmas cards later. So I don't know if that competes with Elf, but Spambot says Nick Fuentes does say that the best way for a good-looking woman to improve a man's opinion is to stop talking. Spambot says that he is not wrong. I'm not going to say that's all women. I'm going to say that I'm not going to say anything else because it's Christmas, actually. I'm not going to say anything else. I will say this. Now, I know we had that clip where Nick Fuentes was going off on Tommy Robinson, and again, it's not somebody that I follow. I sit and watch his videos, and I didn't like that. I thought that was idiotic. But I did watch some of the Piers Morgan interview with Nick Fuentes, and I have to say, Nick Fuentes is funny. He's a talented guy. So I'm starting to, I'm seeing what that appeal is, right? Like, I don't think that I don't play 6 Degrees of Zionism or Spot the Jew or all that stuff. I don't like that stuff. You guys know it. I made a whole video about how most of the stuff is just zombie Soviet propaganda. But I'm, I was watching that and I get what the appeal is, right? And he's funny. He's funny. Like he destroyed Piers Morgan. Easily did. He knew exactly what was coming. He's heard it all before. So, and the Piers Andersons or the Piers Morgans of the world need to be asking, why does Nick Fuentes exist? Like, why would he be the product of a society that is determined to disinherit and abuse young men, and particularly young white men? That's the question that needs to be asked, because he doesn't exist for nothing, right? There's a reason he exists. And I've said many times on this channel, when you create an out-group, that out-group becomes its own in-group. And you can't expect people to pretend they don't know when they're being screwed or when they're being treated unfairly, or where they're being deracinated and disinherited from their own culture and their own society. Like, ask why does he exist? And is he necessary? Because his supporters, he's got like 1 million followers or something. They feel like he is the alternative that's being offered. So anyway, I'm going to watch some more of his stuff because it's interesting, for one, just culturally. And the guy is talented. So I'm going to watch some more and just see where this goes. Fabot says, Richie, look up how the Japanese write woman, then look up the word noisy. I think we've been through that before. It's the same, right? It's the same. Let's see. Izzy says, pin a tail on the Jew seems to be a particular pastime over there. Look, you guys know how I feel about it. I'm not, I don't like that. I don't understand it, like, just from a logical position. So who is it is it secular, like New York, liberal Jewish people? And what about the Orthodox, who they don't like the secular and the secular don't like the Orthodox? Or is it Israel, and which faction in Israel, because they're a democracy and they have different factions, different political factions? Like, do they mean like a giant world conspiracy, and who exactly is doing it? And it doesn't make any sense. I mean, the thing is that, like, if you look at Hollywood, yes, it's very dominated by Jewish people, right? But it's like a bunch of secular Jewish people. Are they working in tandem with Israel or with the Orthodox Jews and Jews in New York City? Like, I don't really understand, right? I guess there's like a seed, because they tend to be overrepresented in like university. It's not like 90%, but it's overrepresented, but I mean, that's the complaint about, that's the eternal complaint from woke leftists about white people, right? So I don't know. The whole thing doesn't really make sense to me. And you also have to look up, why, you also have to look up about, like, anti-Jewish laws in Europe going back a long time, about, not being allowed to own property, for instance, right? So, like, not being able to be like a farmer, for instance, and then like so they have to live in the cities, and then it kind of that would move you towards a more academically, more educationally inclined, professional inclined culture. So there's a lot. We're not going to get into all of that tonight. Anyway, I don't play the 6 Degrees of Zionism and Spot the Jew game. You guys know I don't like it. Let's see. Rosie says, I would agree in some cases. She's responding to, which one was it? How to improve a man's opinion is to stop talking. I don't think you can make a blanket statement that way, to be honest. It is Christmas. I mean, come on. Rosie says, I would agree in some cases, depends on the man, depends on a man's confidence level, depends on what the woman is saying, in my opinion. I think Rosie is correct there. Brian Watson says, that girl in the Christmas movie, pardon me. Actually, you know what? Brian Watson has a fact here for us. That girl in the Christmas Vacation movie was the only movie she was in. I did not know that. I did not know that. But thank you for letting us know. Let's see. Izzy says, I'm not a fan of identity politics. I judge people as individuals, not by group. Yeah, I mean, there's a nuance there, right? So you judge an individual on whether they're cool or not, whether you like them or not, whatever. But that doesn't mean that culture doesn't matter as well. Culture still matters, but you should be treating the way I feel about it, and I agree with Izzy here, is that you should treat individual peoples as individuals. But that doesn't mean that culture doesn't matter. Of course it matters, you know, when you're planning out your civilization. Let's see. Spambot says the Japanese succinctly summarize life and how they write. Very well. J.S. Hamill, been a while. Merry Christmas, Rito Baloney, and fall. Good to see you. Good to see you back in the chat again. Merry Christmas. Let's see. All right. Let's get back to this. We want to get to the Christmas stories, right? So let's cover this stuff quickly. So we want to do a fact check on this. This is from Canada Projections. Multiple sources have told me that Jim Baloney, MP for Sudbury East to Manitoulin Nickel Belt. I never heard of that. I mean, that's a lot. Will be the third Conservative MP to cross the floor to Carney Liberals. Does he do it? Well, no, because let's just very quickly. CBC Watcher says you're going to quote this post with accurate information. So, Jim Baloney, setting the record straight. I'm a Conservative today, tomorrow, and in the next election. Wishing everyone a Merry Christmas with family and friends. So he's debunked that immediately. I don't expect that he's going to cross the floor. At this point, I don't know if we'll see another one. I don't know. I mean, they're protesting. Michael Ma, they're still protesting. They've been out there every day. It's looking pretty bad. It's making the Liberals, it's making Carney look pretty bad, especially the way that he was celebrating it. I mean, these people all feel betrayed, and they're out there every day letting people know. So I think that it may have hurt the Liberal Party. I think it has hurt the Liberal Party, actually. I mean, if they get one more, they won't care because it doesn't matter. They can, Carney can rule as a king for the next 3 years. But in public perception, I mean, we've seen Carney's numbers coming down. Is this a part of why? I think so. He was so smug about celebrating the floor crossing of especially Michael Ma, of just betraying the people that voted for him, betraying his constituents. I think it left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. It's like, that doesn't really seem actually, does that seem patriotic, or does that just seem like, is he so patriotic really, or is he just in it for himself? Is he just power hungry? It was pretty gross. I think people noticed. Alberta independence, huge victory for Alberta. You hear that, Spambot? Alberta Prosperity Project. Tuesday, December 22nd, 2025, Elections Alberta has officially accepted our citizen initiative petition for a referendum on Alberta independence. Mandatory notice period starts now. This is the breakthrough that we've been fighting for. Soon we'll be collecting signatures to put Alberta's future directly in your hands. Faith, family, and freedom. It's time to secure a prosperous, sovereign Alberta. So this is a first step, right? Will it succeed? I don't know. In fact, I haven't seen any polling on this for a little while. I don't know. Even if it did succeed, it would be years of legal work, and Ottawa's going to fight it tooth and nail and try all kinds of underhanded things because they want that $20 billion a year in oil money so that they can buy off voters in Ontario and Quebec, especially Quebec. So they're going to fight it tooth and nail. But, for anybody who thinks that there's just no way, even if this fails, if Carney does get that majority and stays in power for another few years, things are just going to keep getting worse. And, this sentiment is not going to go away. We're seeing separatist sentiment in Quebec reemerging. Why would Canada do this to itself? Why would Canada do this to itself? It's just baffling to me. 10 years of Liberals, and you just see the country's ready to fall apart. It's just crazy. Let's see. Morgan C. Jonas. So this is, again, in the aftermath of the Bondi attack in Australia. So AFP Commissioner Chrissy Barrett holds the nation's highest policing position. So I'm guessing there's no way this was a DEI hire at all. No way. AFP Commissioner Chrissy Barrett has claimed the Bondi terror attack was not motivated by religion. I'll just let that sit there for a second. It's surreal, is it not? Surreal, the level of delusion. Can she really be that deluded? Or does she just have such a low opinion of the average Australian that she just thinks, well, I'll say this and you call that a lie. This is a lie. I mean, it's just insane. It's just totally, there's been nothing coming out of the Australian government other than deflecting blame to the far right, blaming gun owners, demand. Their solution is just to steal everybody's guns. All the legal gun owners, the people who don't commit crimes, take their guns so everybody will be more defenseless in the future. It's just crazy. I thought the whole thing feels very anachronistic. Like there's no way this can keep flying. Like there's no way this can fly now. Heard it too many times. It's too ridiculous. Nobody's buying it anymore. Is it just that their powers of manipulation have just atrophied so much? They've just got nothing. They don't have the ability to come up with some new, utterly ridiculous lie. So it's just, well, this is all we got. Tell them it's not motivated by religion. Tell them the guys shouting Allahu Akbar weren't motivated by religion. And we got nothing else. Can't we come up with something better than that? Because that's just obviously false. Nope, we got nothing. I got nothing else. It's truly amazing and just surreal. He made his Palestinian bed from Valerie, Aussie Val. Extraordinary footage shows the Prime Minister being marched out of a Bondi vigil as the crowd turned on him. Yeah, I think we saw that footage. Anyway, let's move on. And hold on, let's take a look at the ad. Let me take a look at the ads. Can I do an ad? What's going on here? I'm not going to bother. All right. Rebel News. Health Canada. So this is from Rebel News. Just Rebel News is uniquely hated by the mainstream media and all leftist political parties in Canada. And this is why. Health Canada is looking at safe indoor temperature limits for Canadian homes. From thermal stress standards to smart meters, remote energy limiting. Actually, let's just move to the article itself. Here we go. So, from thermal stress standards to smart meters, remote energy limiting capabilities, government enforced energy regulation moves from possibility to probability. So, what's this? I guess it's to keep us safe. I mean, that's the nice thing about the Liberals, all left-wing parties. You know, they only do anything because it's to keep us safe, even if it sounds like it's to oppress us or to control us in some way that we don't want. It's really to keep us safe. Health Canada has been discussing what constitutes safe indoor temperature limits in private homes, citing the growing risks of extreme heat due to climate change. Extreme heat due to climate change. So let's see. So they want to save us from climate change, safe indoor temperature limits. So what does that mean? I guess they're trying to help us. They don't want us to get too hot, I guess, from climate change. Let's see. When pressed on what this means, a Health Canada spokesperson quickly backpedaled and insisted that the wording does not refer to any planned regulation of temperature in homes. So let's see. It explicitly states that the government is establishing a safe indoor temperature limits to keep our homes healthy and cool. So wait a second. So heat limit. So they want to prevent you from making your home too hot and during global warming. What's going on? This isn't making a lot of sense here. Hold on. Let's see. Utility companies and entities such as Ontario's Energy Board pushed them for efficiency and remote monitoring. Oh, so hold on. Let's go back here. This is more of a pattern of creeping government overreach under the guise of public health and climate action. Take smart meters, for instance, which are digital devices installed on homes to automatically measure and transmit electricity consumption data to utility companies in real time. They've become standard in Canadian households over the past decade, with provincial policies and jurisdictions like Ontario, Quebec, and Nova Scotia mandating their use. Utility companies and entities such as Ontario's Energy Board push them for efficiency and remote monitoring, but they also enabled real-time tracking and, in some programs, remote control of energy use, including air conditioning during peak demand. Peak demand. So apparently, then what they're actually doing to find safe indoor temperature limits is they want to discover how hot it can get in your house before you die. Like how hot they can because, okay, so what were they saying down here? Hold on. So remote control of energy use, including air conditioning during peak demand. So they can stop you from setting your air conditioning too high. And they want to find out just how hot you can be. They want to find out just how hot you can be before you die. And they're going to find that like right before, like just almost dead, right? That's what they're looking for. Or maybe it's just dead, actually. Maybe that's what they're looking for. Maybe this is the new maid. Maybe this is, energy board assistance in dying. I don't know. But I don't trust them at all. All right. Do we have anything else under here? All right. We already saw that. We're getting close to the Christmas stuff, people. Let's go back to the chat for a second. What are you guys talking about? I'm going to see if they offered me up any new ads here. No, nothing. All right. What are you guys saying? I'm not going to go too far. Spambot says signature collections start on the 2nd. All those, the thing is, Eastern Canada laughs at Alberta. They just see them as a bunch of bumpkins, a bunch of rednecks, and they don't take them seriously. I think they might be forced to take them seriously soon. Anybody who thinks that there's no way that Alberta can become independent, I don't think is paying attention. Quebec almost got independence in 1995. It was really close. I don't see why, especially with a liberal government and with an Ottawa that just scorns Alberta. I mean, those Eastern elites despise Alberta. They see Albertans as just a bunch of bumpkins, rednecks, and idiots. I think anybody who says there's no way, who just cavalierly just waves it off, absolutely, there's no way Alberta could. Yeah, I think that they might be surprised. Let's see. Izzy says, I was already committed to Alberta independence, but the Liberals getting a majority through backroom deals would have pushed me over the edge. I think a lot of people. Let's see. Ottawa James says, Aussie land is in bad shape with that PM, that Albanese. Nevada says, stinking commie. Stinking commie. Izzy says, are there any good leaders beside Trump right now? Orban. There's Orban. I think the president of Poland is pretty solid. There's a few. Oh, there's Milei in Argentina. He's another kind of iconoclast in Argentina, Milei. I like him. He's hilarious. And he's fixing that country. Oh, yeah, El Salvador. We forgot about that. Yeah, El Salvador. He's turned that country right around. As he says, it's a short list. It is a short list. Rosie says, good list, short list. The rest are on the naughty list. Absolutely. The rest are on the dirty, filthy, lying commie list. Trudeau Survivor says, communism had bread rations. Canada proposes electricity rations. Oh, well, the bread rations will be coming soon, too. Don't worry about that. Rosie says, in Tennessee, just open the windows today. Let's see. All right. So let's keep going. We're an hour in. I want to get to the Christmas stuff soon. So Canada is insane. Canada is just a lunatic country. It seems like it's just determined to destroy itself. CBC Watcher posted this. Let's see, from Business Intelligence for BC. Our Aboriginal title cannot be used to restrict Canadian airspace, Ottawa says. Transport Canada responds to BC conflict in December 12th letter. So an Indigenous group in northern BC has attempted to use Aboriginal title to claim the airspace above Crown land, expelling a local helicopter company and BC government forestry officials. The conflict, which occurred over the summer, grew to involve the federal and provincial governments before Ottawa declared in writing to 4 BC cabinet ministers in a December 12th letter that Aboriginal title cannot be used to restrict any flights in Canadian airspace. It's the latest in a series of escalating and confusing interpretations of Aboriginal title in British Columbia. And yeah, so Ottawa will also be giving them money to hire lawyers to then fight this decision as well. This will go on forever. This is going to continue to cause all kinds of uncertainty and make Canada into a joke, continue to make Canada into a joke. But it's just everything now, right? So it's going to be this plus, infinite more things that we are going to have to pay for lawyers for the Indigenous groups to sue us over. And it won't end. Canada is just a lunatic country run by lunatics, run by idiots. What else can you say about it? Let's see. All right, we're done with that. Oh, we're getting so close to Christmas now. Hold on. From the EU. So the EU is just turned into it. They read 1984 and they liked it. They loved it. They thought this is the perfect society. Dries van Langenhove, the public prosecutor's office, has just ordered police to interrogate me for the tweet below. I have just received a letter for an interrogation relating to a potential crime punishable by prison, namely incitement to hatred against a person belonging to a protected group equals anyone who is not a white heterosexual male. That's the way it works in the entire Western world. I will post the letter under this quote tweet. This is the 13th active court case criminal investigation the Brussels regime has launched against me. They know that this eats away all of my time and money so that I can no longer focus on my activism against the Great Replacement. And I don't know. I mean, they can say as much as they like. They can just keep going, oh, that's a conspiracy theory. Well, it's not when they actually literally say that's what they're doing. When they crow and brag about the fact that the white population is dropping as a percentage of the population, you can't criticize for people saying, hey, it sounds like you want to replace us. Like you're literally saying that. So this is what he's getting persecuted for in the EU. The vice principal of my Catholic high school, VKO, I can't pronounce that, informs all students in an email that he is non-binary and demands to be addressed with they, them instead of he, him. Students are forced to swallow woke nonsense. Students are forced to swallow woke nonsense and to make grammatical mistakes. So that gets you arrested in a potential prison term in the EU now. Insanity. Why would anybody want that? Like Canadians that think that it'd be a good idea to join the EU. I mean, we're not in Europe. That's a big problem. Some people do want the boot on their face, though. They want that boot on their face forever. There are people that actually like that idea, and they all vote left wing. All right, let's move on. So let's get to the Christmas stuff, shall we? Shall we? Go back to the chat for a second, and then we're going to get into the Christmas stuff. Let's see. Brian Watson says Carney gave billions to welfare for children for nations indigenous. Well, there's a huge thing going on right now. There's been some long case. It's just one of an infinite number where it's just it's huge, massive amounts of money for some perceived wrongdoing. And you know, you just have a government, and even under Harper as well, you had governments that just didn't have the balls to just actually fight back and say, okay, no, this is going too far. Let's see. All right. Izzy says everything you need to know about a school with they, them principle. It's just fantasy land. It's just metaphysics. Totally ridiculous. Izzy says, I'd be homeschooling. Anybody you can should. All right, so let's get to it. What are we talking about? Crazy Christmas. What's going on here? GB News, you put any other color after 2, and it's a hate crime. But it's totally acceptable to say he's too white. They're talking about Santa Claus. And what are they talking about? So we'll get back to this in a second. But first, let's go here. Father Christmas is too white and patriarchal, says woke museum. Too white and too patriarchal. Wow. Father Christmas, so Santa Claus, too white. Father Christmas is too white and should be decolonized in the name of diversity, according to a museum. What does that even mean, decolonized? Right? Like, what can that possibly mean? Christmas is European, right? And so Europeans did they colonize themselves, and now they have to decolonize from their own colonization of themselves? How does this make any sense? How does that word decolonize have any place in this sentence? It makes no sense whatsoever, right? Santa is a European invention drawn from European folklore. That's why he's white. And that's why he should be white, right? Other cultures are allowed to have their nice things. We'd like to have our nice thing. But of course, they don't use language to communicate. They use language to manipulate, right? And it's the issue is never the issue. The issue is always the revolution, right? So what they really mean is that Santa has to be a communist. And the more sexually confused and disabled, the better. That is literally what it means, by the way. But most importantly, a communist. Santa must be a communist now. It's so dumb. Don't forget to put a wheelchair ramp on the chimney this year, folks, and a glass of cross-sex hormones by the tree. Don't forget. You don't want to do whiteness or something, right? So let's see. What are they saying here? Ahead of Christmas, Brighton and Hove Museums published a blog saying that Santa is too judgmental over children's behavior. Naughty and nice list, right? Naughty and nice list. Let's see. That's not equity. The naughty list promotes Western binary values and reinforces damaging ideas about power, authority, and Western superiority, the blog states. Santa's not real, right? He's not actually real. For many children, the story of Santa Claus is as much a part of Christmas as gifts and Christmas dinner, the Post said. Yeah, no shit. But the tale of a white Western Santa who judges all children's behavior has problems. No, it doesn't have any fucking problems, you retards. Santa is part of a Christian cultural tradition, right? And I'm sure that in like China or something, right? There are Christians there, and if they need a Santa, just one of them does it, right? I don't think they fly in, a mall Santa from Iowa, right? Problem solved. Problem solved. As if there was a problem in the first place. The tale of a white Western Santa. Oh, shut up. As he visits each nation, he determines if the children deserves presents based on being naughty or nice. But who decided Santa should be the judge of children's behavior in every community? He's not real. Santa isn't, sorry, if there's any kids in the room, sorry, cover their ears. He's not real. He's not a real thing. How can he assess, for example, indigenous children practicing their own cultural traditions? So how can the made-up character judge the people who don't celebrate Christmas and don't know about Santa? What? How is this a problem exactly? How can he judge people from other cultures that don't celebrate Christmas? Well, it's a fictional character, and he's not. And you're retarded. That's the problem. You are a Christmas retard. Told like this, the story presents Santa as the ultimate authority of all society. What? What? This asks us to accept colonial assumptions of oh, shut up. Colonials. They just use these words. Do they even know what these words mean? They just throw this stuff around. Colonialism, decolonial. I don't even think that even they know what these words mean. Parents should challenge the colonial gaze. Well, I thought it was just the male gaze. Now it's the colonial gaze as well. I don't know. What about that colonial, like electricity and like common law and like infrastructure and stuff? How about that? Do we have to? Do they have to challenge that as well? I don't know. They should call this Brighton and Hove Museums, just rename it to the commies who stole Christmas. So insanely dumb. Let's watch this. Here's GB News. This is the only kind of conservative-ish news in the UK.
Why do people at the likes of Brighton and Hove Museums, why do they do this kind of thing? Who sits down there and consciously says, right, I'm going to write a blog now about Father Christmas being too white and the naughty and nice list being a thing of the past and patriarchal? What is that?
It's a superiority complex. It's wanting to virtue signal and preach to an audience that's manufactured in their mind, by the way, very often, particularly with groups of white people like that. They've manufactured an audience they believe they're talking to. There isn't an audience who want to hear that message.
Well, Brighton, Hove.
Yes, but Brighton's full of white people, okay? Yeah. I don't live too far from there either. I don't know any brown, black, Asian, African people who have ever said to me, and why would they, by the way, it's not a conversation starter, is it, that Father Christmas is too white. And you can only get away with saying too white. You put any other colour after two and it's a hate crime. But it's totally acceptable to say it's too white. These people have manufactured an audience they're trying to appease. Nobody cares. Father Christmas is real. I know Jennifer was suggesting perhaps he's fictional in some way, but I know he's real. I know he's Absolutely. Real. And he's not too white. And he may be too jolly. He's too jolly.
They just hate anything white. The whiteness, the terrifying whiteness, that evil force that permeates the universe. Whiteness. It must be bad. Well, look at this. Something wonderful has happened. A Christmas miracle has happened from Dramis. Dramis has gifted a subscription to Radio Baloney. And who's going to get it? I don't know. But all I can tell you is one thing. This is probably the best thing anybody's ever done. In fact, we're going to celebrate it right now in our own style. Dramis is the best person ever. Canuck six-stringer just is now having the best Christmas ever. He was just gifted a membership by Dramis. What a beautiful thing. And I know everybody has their heroes, their historical heroes, or even contemporary heroes. You know, I'm sorry to tell you, they may be great, but compared to Dramis, all human garbage, even at Christmas. Dramis clearly, one more time, best person ever. It's like Santa Claus, but like way better. Oh my God, something else has happened. It's happened again. Hold on. Rosie is gifted a subscription. It looks like Spambot got it. Let's take a look. Best person ever, Rosie. This is truly a Christmas miracle. Rosie has just performed the most generous act that anybody throughout history, except for Dramis, has ever done, and other people on the channel in the past as well. But anyway, I think that we can all be in agreement here, right? Compared to all other historical figures, dog shit compared to Rosie, best person ever. Rosie and Dramis, best people ever. They're both number one somehow at the same time. I don't know how it works. I don't make the rules. Seriously, though, it is that. Thank you, guys. It's the best thing anybody can do for the channel. And a Merry Christmas to you. You're not Scrooges. All right. What do we got going on? Let's see. We finished that? Okay, so we're ready to move on to the next story, but let's do a bit more chat first. Let's see. Ottawa James says Dutch and English are forms of Germanic languages. Nevada says I thought German. I could be wrong. Let's see. Big Red Santa, Rosie, Sinterklaas. Ottawa James says, is that where comes from St. Nicholas? You guys are talking about the origins of Santa Claus. All right. Yeah, it's a European thing. Let's see. Hold on. Radio Streamer says, best person ever is contagious. It sure is. Let's see. And it's nice that Spambot got one, got a free membership himself, because he has given away an enormous, like literally like 80 memberships over time. So congrats, Spambot. You deserve it, my friend. Oh my God, something else has happened. It's become an even better and more amazing Christmas. Ottawa James has just gifted a subscription to Radio Baloney. Radio Streamer is a recipient. Best Christmas ever. And guess what, Ottawa James? This is fantastic. Now I can get my traditional Christmas blue meth from Breaking Bad. Beautiful. Ottawa James, best person ever, clearly. All other people in history, do we have to say it again? Human garbage. Compared to Ottawa James, best person ever. Who's going to argue with that? I won't. Best Christmas ever. What an awesome chat I've got. What a beautiful best chat. I think it's the best chat in the on the internet. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It definitely is. Let's say Rosie says, finally, I tried to gift it 3 times. Dramus must have fixed the broken pipe. I'm glad it worked out. Let's see. JDL is back from surgery. Good to see ya. Hopefully everything is going well for and Merry Christmas, JDL. Merry Christmas. Let's see what's going on. Is it Tuesday? What is this wonderful feeling? I have so much energy, Radio Streamer says. We haven't even done the energy thing yet, but it's Tuesday, right? Yes, it's Tuesday. We can do it tonight if you guys want. It's a special night for the, the special energy that we get on this show. Let's see. Kodak 6 Sugar says, now I can watch Monday streams. Well, we'll be back next Monday. Unfortunately, power went out for like 9 hours last night, so we were screwed. Couldn't do it, but I don't know what James says. It's almost Christmas. Another Christmas. JDL says, anesthesia starting to weaken. Good. Well, we're glad that you're doing okay. Glad that you're doing well. Spambot says, you did it on Sunday night. Yeah, but after you left. And it is Christmas, Spambot. It is Christmas. Let's see. Radio Streamer says, don't worry, I will need a hit in like 10 minutes when I'm strung out. There we go. Well, you guys can let me know. You can let me know. So let's move on to our next Christmas story. From Grazia. Christmas is a feminist issue. Did you guys know that? Did you guys know that Christmas is a feminist issue? Did you know about this particular way to ruin Christmas for everybody, for yourself and your family? Did you know? Because it's true. Christmas is a feminist issue. Holly Tucker knows that, like most women. Holly Tucker knows that, like most women, she shoulders too much emotional labor in the countdown to Christmas. But is she ready to relinquish festive responsibilities? What is emotional labor? When did they come up with that? I feel like emotional labor isn't a real thing. I'm just going to say that. At the risk of being politically incorrect, at Christmas. Christmas is a time when stereotypical gender roles tend to manifest themselves the most. At least they do in my household. Well, they do in mine as well. Princess Baloney loves that shit. She won't let me do any Christmas stuff. She wants to wrap all the presents. She puts up the lights, does the tree. She doesn't even want me to help. She wants to hog all of it to herself. So in the Baloney household, yes, stereotypical gender roles tend to manifest themselves. Maybe in this household, the most. I don't know. All I know is that I don't want to do it, and she does, and everything works out fine. It's like 2 puzzle pieces fitting together, right? It's like yin and yang. Holly Tucker, she's very upset about Christmas. She says, I'm not alone. Women take on most of the Christmas chores and emotional labor. What is emotional labor? What does that mean? That just sounds like something you made up. Are all the presents bought? Does a spare bed still need fixing? Look, this is stuff that women tend to like. I know not all women. I know not all, but it's the sort of stuff that women do because they actually like it. It's not like the man, the patriarch, is forcing them to. No, women just tend to take on the things that they like doing, that they want to do, and that they know their husbands aren't good at and don't like doing. So they'll just do it themselves because they like it more. Shouldn't we be using eco-friendly wrapping paper? No. This is why you're not enjoying Christmas. Stop worrying about ridiculous bullshit. You might have a nicer time. Should we be using eco-friendly wrapping paper? Is this the emotional labor that we're hearing about? For God's sakes. This just sounds like narcissism to me. Let's see. But then she says this. But do we want it any other way? You might say yes, obviously. But I'm not sure that I actually want my husband to be in charge of buying the presents. So we're getting to the truth here now, really, aren't we? She actually does like it. She wants to do it herself, right? She wants to take on that responsibility. We're getting to the truth now, right? I have long believed that one of a woman's superpowers is an innate thoughtfulness, clearly illustrated by research carried out for Gifting Marketplace, Holly & Co., showing that women have 100 moments a year that they seek to be thoughtful through a card or gift. So this is basically just an ad for a card company. It's the way we show love. So my question is to this woman, right? Emotional labor. Does she really want a husband who considers Christmas or anything else for that matter to be emotional labor? Does she really want that? Because that would make her husband a pussy, and she would immediately lose respect for him, because that actually happens. When women tell you that they want you to show them your feelings, it better be rare, because they don't want to see it too much, right? In fact, I think in a way it's like a shit test. They're testing to see if you're a pussy. But if you're going to do it, don't do it too often, because they actually don't like it. And that's a fact. Not too much, anyway. So, yeah, I think it's a thinly disguised shit test, honestly. So what else do we got here? Let's see. So, yeah, it's the way that we show love. She's saying it's the way. It's a innately feminine thing that again, it's just like she easily slides into that role in a way that her husband doesn't, right? The way we show love. Well, it's not the way that men do it, right? And not doing it is how we show we're not women. So, just live with it. All right, let's go to the end. It's a very educational Christmas show. I wish you the merriest Christmas, and that this year we take the time to make the most of it, because Christmas is a feminist issue, and it's about time things got evened out. So is evened out a euphemism for divorce? Because it feels like if this is what you're obsessing over, maybe there's a divorce in your future. I don't know. Maybe you should just shut the fuck up, you narcissistic Christmas harpy. There, you see how easy that was? Fixed everything. Now Christmas is gonna be perfect. What are you guys saying? Next, we've got the trans Christmas cards, so hang around, folks. It's gonna get even better. Let's see. What do we got going on? JJ Nevada says, radio needs energy for Christmas. Energy for Christmas. So, if alarm bells are going off in Spambot's head right now, it might be time for him to put his fingers in his ears and close his eyes, because I cannot allow a radio streamer to not have the requisite amount of energy he needs to get through the show and to fully enjoy it. I know that he's already had coffee. He's already had some espresso, some doubles. He's already smoked crack and had the blue meth from Breaking Bad and chewed on at least a dozen polar bear adrenal glands. So what else can we give him? I mean, he needs to get through this. He needs to get through this stream. But I mean, what even could we give him that would be more powerful than all of those?
They, them, energy. They, them, energy. They, them, energy. They, them, energy.
And Teapot. It never gets funnier. It never gets any less funny or gross. Okay. JDL needs double energy. You just got it, my friend. Double, you mean they and them energy? There you go, my friend. I know you're feeling good now. Let's see. It's Christmas. Come on, Spambot. It's Christmas. Are you really going to be a Scrooge about the they, them energy? Come on. I know there's a heart in there somewhere. Let's see. Izzy says, feminists are always the most affected. Of course they are. Christmas is hell for feminists. Let's see. Rosie says, when I had surgery, the anesthesia turned my urine blue. Huh. No one told me. Beware. That would be kind of freaky, actually. You're not expecting it. And they're like, what the hell? I think there's something wrong, Doc. Let's see. All right. Let me skip down a little bit. Nevada says Greenland is calling. Greenland is calling. You know, I mean, you got a little bit of a competition if you're going to take over Greenland because Trump also wants it. So there's going to be some tough negotiations there. Radio Streamer says, all we want for Christmas is Greenland. I know. You're going to have to negotiate with Trump. He also wants Greenland, too. So that's going to be tough negotiations there. Spambot says, thank you for the mute warning. Spambot has an enduring hatred for the they, them energy clip. And he refuses. I know somewhere deep down in his heart, there's a little place. He has a little place to find this the slightest bit of amusement that it's, you know, that it, the slightest little bit of humor in the they, them energy thing. I know he does somewhere deep down in his heart, you know, but he refuses. It's kind of, you know, like the Grinch Who Stole Christmas. One day, though, one day, I believe in him. Nevada says, even my dog liked that energy. There you go. Let's see. Rosie says, my husband cleans, puts up tree, decorates, hangs lights, shops, wraps, cooks. He is all man. I'll take your well, I mean, look, those are all good things to do, right? Those are all good things to do. I actually, if I'm going to be honest, I was kind of hoping I could do a little bit of the Christmas stuff, but she wouldn't let me. She hogged it all. Let's see. Radio Streamer says, and Teapot, swims to Greenland to conquer it. One day. Let's see. Ottawa James says, I keep laughing at the border collie running on the ski hill. Yeah, I know that was hilarious. We watched that on Sunday, I think, right? Spambot is just no. There is no place in my heart for they, them energy. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Rose says, okay, well, now he's reading the credits of Elf announcing who is dead now. So endearing. That is awesome. That is good. I like that. I want to do that as well. Let's see. That's actually a new Christmas tradition. I like it. Let's. I'm not reading that Spambot. It's Christmas. Come on. Nevada says, I already made a deal with Trump for when I'm king of Greenland. Well, good. I'm glad. I'm glad that's all working out. What's going on here? Transphobic Christmas card pulled from. Oh, God damn it.
I ain't got a good brain.
Transphobic Christmas card pulled from Sainsbury's. Gender critical campaigner says decision to remove design featuring Dr. Seuss's Grinch character from shelves is surreal. Surreal. Yes, so gender critical is somebody who does not believe in the, infinite abstractions that the word gender has been redefined into. So let's see. This Christmas, I'm identifying as a Grinch. Horrifying. That's hate. That's hate. That's targeting trans people, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Personally, for my taste, it's better than this Christmas. I'm identifying as a 6'2", 45-year-old balding man in a bikini hanging around in the girls' change room at the pool. I prefer this Christmas. I'm identifying as a Grinch. All right. A Christmas card has been removed from Sainsbury shelves after being branded transphobic. Transphobic. And again, it's this card here, right? This Christmas, I'm identifying as a Grinch. As a Grinch. Pure hate. Pure Christmas hate. The card was deemed offensive for featuring a cartoon of Dr. Seuss's Grinch character alongside the caption, "This Christmas, I'm identifying as a Grinch." The phrase identifying as, in this context, has been described by trans campaigners as an anti-trans dog whistle for suggesting that a person can choose their gender to be anything. The phrase identifying as means pretending to be. That's what it is in reality, right? Identifying as is just pretending to be, because it doesn't make you the thing that you're identifying as. So all you can do is pretend to be that thing and never actually be that thing. Not even at Christmas, I'm sorry to say. The Telegraph understands that the card will be pulled from Sainsbury's stores across the UK in the coming days amid a backlash from the trans community. The trans community. What is the trans community? Is there a trans town with like the mayor of trans town and like the treasurer of trans town? And who's the comptroller of trans town anyway? How do we know that all trans people agree with this, right? Did they have a plebiscite? Did they have a referendum? How do we know that this critic that they're citing here, that this critic is not just some random lunatic? I think we know it's a random lunatic. We can be pretty sure. But just anybody can just stand up and say, I represent all of the trans. And all of them agree. Well, they don't. I guarantee you they don't, right? Because they're humans, they're peoples, and humans have a habit of disagreeing even amongst their own group. So being humans are going to have different ideas about all kinds of different things. I mean, maybe the majority would say, absolutely. In fact, we have to cancel the Grinch entirely now. I don't know. But it's not going to be all. This trans community is a fiction. Like all of the communities are just fictions, really. Sophie Molly, a transgender journalist, complained about the transphobic card after spotting it at the Berrydan branch at Sainsbury's in Aberdeen. Sharing a photo on the social media platform Blue Sky, of course, Blue Sky. Transphobic Christmas card in my local Sainsbury's. Please, do they just spend all day looking for things to be offended by? I mean, amazing. Transphobic. This Christmas, I'm identifying as a Grinch. Okay, the thing is, the card, see, the whole point of it is that the whole thing is ridiculous. That's why the card exists, because you're just pretending. It's just identifying as one of an infinite series of abstractions, frankly, right? It's just metaphysics. It's just silly. It's just silly. Non-binary, right? That's not real. Non-binary doesn't exist. That's not a thing. There's no non-binary person. It's just silly, right? This Christmas, I'm identifying as a Grinch because we all know that it's absurd, right? That's the thing. We all know that it's utterly and totally ridiculous. All right. In any case, yeah, they had to get rid of the card because a crazy person was offended. How does it still work? How does it still work? I guess this is in the UK, so. But how does it still, even in the UK, how does it still work? Like, they haven't figured out yet. Like, the people who own this Sainsbury's, they haven't figured out yet. We could just ignore random lunatic, and nothing is going to happen, right? Like, people will still shop here. It's okay. Everybody can still have a perfectly nice Christmas, even if we have the this Christmas I'm identifying as a Grinch card. Nobody's going to stop shopping here. Everything will be just fine. And we'll go back to the old ways when we ignored lunatics. All right. So we got we've got the Christmas tab now, the Christmas bookmark, all the stuff you guys sent me. Before we get to that, I want to say wish Merry Christmas to the people watching on YouTube, and to ask you to give me a Christmas present by subscribing to the second channel. It's only a few months old. We need one more subscriber for 200 on the new channel. The one you're watching now has got 13,000 subscribers. This one is only a few months old. The algorithm hates me. It hates you. It doesn't want us to hang out on the internet together. Don't let them win. Don't let the gatekeepers win. Not at Christmas. Not at Christmas. Come on. It's the featured channel on the homepage for this channel, for the original Radio Baloney channel. Radio Baloney News, all the world news, UK news, woke mind virus, meme reviews, which are very popular on this channel. They're the most popular videos, actually. All there. Subscribe, and everybody's going to be cool. All right. Let's get back to the chat for a second. Let's see. Spambot says, that there is the best card ever. I think so. Love it. Love it. All Nevada wants for Christmas is Greenland. Will he get it? Will Santa bring it? Let's see. JDL makes a great point here. Hit the like button. Now, everybody, wherever you are, subscribe to the channel. Send money, buy gifts, subscriptions, whatever. Because of Christmas and everything. But also like the stream. Like the stream. You get free good karma, my friends. Free good karma. Do it right now. Everybody loves it. Everybody will be super impressed. Let's see. Now they want to own the use of words. Izzy says, yes, of course. Izzy says, I identify as someone that does not care. I think most people are identifying that way now. All right. So let's get to the stuff. This is a lot of stuff. I think I added some of this stuff, but I know you guys sent this one in. Rob says, I've seen a lot of good ones, but this is possibly the best. So, this is from the live. Okay, that's the very last tab. We'll get to that. We're going to do the rest of the Christmas stuff first. Tokyo Rosie, Merry Christmas from Mark Carney and Kevin Bacon. I love it. I didn't realize that Mark Carney was married to Kevin Bacon. Amazing. Is that AIDS Kevin Bacon? That's mean. It's Christmas. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say AIDS Kevin Bacon. It's not Christmassy. What is this behind them? Is that like some sort of giant Christmas fern or something? Like, is that how they celebrate Christmas wherever he normally lives in the EU? I don't know. Anyway. Let's move on. Let's see. Trump wrapping the last of his Christmas presents. I'm not going to play the music. We don't need the music for it, frankly. We don't. Let's see. Inmate? Who's that for? Let's go back. Let's see. There he is. He's rapping. Doing a nice job, too. To Adam Schiff. Inmate. Wow, that's nice. To Nancy Pelosi. Wow, for all that insider trading, maybe. Chuck Schumer. Let's see. That was that KY jelly. What is it? What does he mean by that with Schumer? Let's see. Here's from Ricky Gervais. This is a really nice one. So let's get serious, for Christmas here. And let's just hear this. This is just a heartwarming Christmas story.
Hello. It's the most wonderful time of the year, so the song goes. We finished our work, We sit by the fire with friends and family and eat and drink way too much. But for some people, it can be one of the worst times of the year. People living rough haven't got a home and friends and family, and they can't eat and drink as much as they'd like. So that's why I'm going to wrap this up and go and give it to a tramp. So probably film it for Instagram so people know what a great bloke I am. Put some really sad music on it. See his little fucking face light up. Oh, God. Dutch barn. Hello.
He's obviously satirizing celebrities, trying to look virtuous, giving a bottle of vodka to a tramp. See his little fucking face light up. It's funny. Let's see. Dr. Simon Godek, a Christmas tree shaped like a giant butt plug. What? But yes, JD Vance is weird. So where is this? It doesn't say where it is. But yeah, that's the Christmas tree that looks like, yeah, you know. Yep. Got a butt plug for Godzilla. Where is that? Does it say where? Pete, how's his name again? Buttigieg, or I can't remember how to say it. Pete Buttigieg, Pete Booty Judge, Booty Sauce. I don't know. Lended it to the city for the holidays anyway. Where is this? Transylvania? I don't know. That's Place Vendôme, Paris, France. Leave it to the French. Leave it to the French. That's what you call the French mistake. Let's see. What's this? In Wokeness posted this. How dare we say Merry Christmas? Well, this is Grinchy. This is from August 1st, 2024. Kamala is far left and just plain weird. So I haven't even watched this. I'll be watching this with you guys. Let's take a look. What has she got to say? I know she's a real dingbat, right? She's a genuine dingbat.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
No. No, I don't. Let's see.
And when we all sing happy tunes and sing Merry Christmas and wish each other Merry Christmas, these children are not going to have a Merry Christmas. How dare we speak Merry Christmas? How dare we? And when we...
Well, that's it, folks. Christmas is over. Christmas is done. Kamala Harris just laid it out there. How dare you? How dare you speak Merry Christmas? What a weirdo. What a weird. I'm so glad the cabal that was behind her and Biden isn't currently running the United States. Let's see. Merry, no farmers, no food. Let's see. We are a campaign group driven by farmers, for farmers, our farms, your food, everyone's future. Let's see. Merry Christmas from the farmers. Well, that's nice. No sound on this one, but it's nice. I thought maybe this would have been in Europe because they've got the massive farmer protests right now. Let's see. Anyway, it's Christmas, right? It's Christmas stuff. Let's see. Dudes posting their W's. A 15-year-old programmed his home's Star Wars-themed Christmas light show, and it's incredible. Well, let's take a look.
Where are you? Hey, get back here! This is no time for your foolishness.
All right. Well, that music is definitely going to get me a copyright claim, but it doesn't matter. Who cares? At least I didn't pause the video tonight. Pause the stream on me. The more I think about it, this naming the everybody who's dead from the credits of Elf, this is feeling like an actual Christmas tradition to me. This is stuck in my head. I'm liking it a lot. I think I'm going to make this a Christmas tradition. I'm going to do this tomorrow when I'm with my family and we're watching Elf. And I think everybody else should as well. I think this is a new thing, folks. This is a new thing. Let's see what's going on here. Johnny Be Good. Oh, yeah. Feeling that Christmas spirit more and more each day. Here's a commercial that will definitely pull at the heartstrings. Less than a week to go. So this is actually a nice one. We've seen this. I think we've played this maybe last year, but it's a nice one. Let's take a look.
Huh?
That is just so wholesome and nice. That does tug at the heartstrings. That made me a little bit emotional. That is so much better than Santa's a tranny now, and he had to stop to dilate his neo-vagina on the roof. This is way better. Way better. All right. Let's see. What's going on here? When you tell your boyfriend your family dresses up for Christmas, what happens? Oh, no.
What's up, bud? How are you? I'm proud of you. What are we doing?
I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. I don't think he made a fool out of himself. I think he's the hero in this situation. I like it. Let's see. Christmas parade at SpaceX Starbase. Wow. Okay, let's take a look at this. No sound on this one. Pretty nice, though. Pretty nice. All right, we'll move along. What else have we got? Apparently, Fairy Tale of New York by the Pogues with the wonderful Kirsty MacColl isn't well known outside of Ireland and the UK. Not even in New York. If you're one of my international friends who doesn't know it, you're in for a treat for the next. You know what? We'll do this on Monday on the premium stream because you know why. But that's a classic. It's a classic, and it got. I was going to do a story on that. It got. They banned it. They banned it off the BBC. Ugh. Did anyone else notice this about the movie Home Alone? Well, let's take a look. What are they talking about? Home Alone.
Oh, have you heard about Jesus in Home Alone?
The character.
No, like he's in Home Alone.
In it.
Actually, this will probably get copyrighted too. We'll do this on Monday as well. Because it's still Christmas season then, right? Fairy Tale of New York. Yeah, we're going to do that. This is so precious. I almost cried watching it. Well, let's take a look. You know how much I love precious things. Let's take a look. That is precious, but we'll stop it there because I don't really need a minute and a half of it. But very precious. You know what, you guys? I got to take a break for a second. Hold on. Let me put on something Christmassy. And there we go. And I got to take a break for a couple of minutes. I'll be right back, you guys. All right. Thank you for your patience, everybody. And yeah, if this is a good time to say, if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel, like the stream, send money or something. I don't know. Those are all cool things to do. And if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the new channel. We're one subscriber away from 200 on Radio Baloney News. Please go there and subscribe. All the UK news, world news, meme reviews, all that stuff is on this channel. You have to subscribe there to get it. It's Christmas, for God's sakes. Come on. Help me out. Let's see. What are you guys talking about? What are you crazy lunatics talking about? Let's see. Brian Watson said that is unreal house decorations, the Star Wars one. Yeah, it was pretty cool. JDL says, I don't want a septum piercing for Christmas, period. Well, let's hope that Santa doesn't bring that for you then. Let's see. Heartwarming video. Yeah, that last one was very nice, wasn't it? Rosie says, sweet video. It was very lovely. It did tug at the heartstrings. Let's see. The one about the granddad training to lift the daughter so she could put the star on the tree. It was lovely. Radio Streamer says, that would warm even Spambot Fodder's heart. I think so. I think there's still some humanity left in that guy. Let's see. I'm not going to read that, Izzy, even though I said it. Let's see. You guys liked the Santa's Neo vagina joke. I see. I'm glad. Let's see. Let's see. All right. JDL says, I guess I can start viewing Littlest Hobo now. Wait till Monday. All right. Timu Lassie. Don't say Timu Lassie. How dare you, Radio Stream? It's not Timu Lassie. All right. Let's get back to our Christmas stuff. What an awesome Santa Claus. She is deaf, but Santa knows sign language. So this is just nice stuff, right? To the supermarket. I'm not playing that damn music. We have to save it to Monday. Actually, screw it. We'll just play it. When what happens, happens. All right. That's nice. We'll definitely get copyrighted, though. But YouTube is it's absurd at this point. Like, I could just, honestly, I could kick a guitar live on air and somebody's going to claim it. Oh, Miss Chocolate. Rosie says, Miss Chocolate and is it a chocolate link? All right. Let's go. I'm not happy about this, but I'll do the link. Link monkey. Fetch me my link, Rosie says. Let's see. What? What is this? My tiara identifies as a face mask. That's a good one. That's from Rosie. Rosie posted that. There we go. And now we got to find fucking chocolate. Christmas chocolate. All right, well, let's do it. Let's find some Christmas chocolate. Let's see. Damn it, Rosie. Let's go. Christmas chocolate. Let's see what it comes up with. Let's see. There we go. Count Chocula. Delicious. Just sugar and chemicals. But loved it as a kid. There we go. Beginning to look like Christmas. That's nice right there. That's really nice. One of those Christmas tree shaped pretzels or something. Looks good. No, looks good. So there, I fulfilled my obligation. Now we will move on. All right. Canuck Six Stringer asks, will there be a Christmas fart this evening? I don't know. I can't even remember what I've got lined up here. Let's see. I can't do it in that video, though. That video was too nice. On December 20th, 1946, this film premiered and went on to become one of the most beloved films of all time, showing the importance of not only of our own life, but how we touch all those we meet along the way. Are you a fan of It's a Wonderful Life? Well, let's take a look. I haven't watched this movie in years, many, many years. Maybe I should watch it this Christmas. It is a great movie.
York. The fool flew all the way up here in a blizzard.
Harry, how about your banquet in New York?
Oh, I left right in the middle of it. As soon as I got Mary's telegram. Good idea, Ernie. A toast. To my big brother, George, the richest man in town.
Well, that's great. I want to tell you now about the global I want to tell you now about the global banking conspiracy from the Jews. That's what he ended up saying in the original cut. I don't buy into that stuff, by the way. But I don't know, I thought it'd be a funny joke. Maybe it's not. Maybe it wasn't a funny joke. I don't know. Let's see. Bruce posted this. Brilliant if saying Merry Christmas offends people. Okay, well, let's see. What does he have to say about this? Do you say Merry Christmas? Let's take a look.
Merry Christmas can go either way, and I hate to offend people. So this whole last holiday season, I didn't let out one Merry Christmas. That's true. Instead, I said, may the birth of the one and only true God Jesus Christ, bestow a blessing of grace and peace upon your household, to the belittlement of every other false religion. Merry Christmas can go either way, and
that is good. That's pretty good. About time the Christians started fighting back. Let's see. They made his day. We've seen this before, but it's just so good. It's a nice Christmas video. I mean, is it even Christmas? I don't know, but it's just nice. Check this out. Oh, they're filling up his toy truck. Man, if that doesn't tug on the heartstrings right there, that's just lovely. That's just nice. Oh, he's really happy about it. Really happy about it. That's super fun. Let's see. Hollywood actor Gary Busey posts Christmas video message doing bizarre goose impression. Well, that's Jesus. What happened to Gary Busey? Yikes. All right, let's take a look.
And I have got a great Christmas present for you.
Hold on. We got to go back to the start.
Hey, it's Gary Busey. And I have got a great Christmas present for you. Listen to this. Honk! Honk! That's what a goose sounds like when they're flying. They let you know they're up there. Honk! Honk! You get a bunch of geese together. Honk, honk, honk. They're honking in the air.
I hope Santa brings him sanity for Christmas. That would be nice. Yikes. There, but for the grace of God. Let's see. Rate my Christmas decorations, Liberty Pill memes. So let's see. What's this one here? That's a really good one. Die Hard. I've decided I think it is a Christmas movie, Die Hard, I think. Maybe I'll watch that this Christmas as well. I don't know. But that's a good one. I like it. Let's move on. Nothing will bless your weekend quite like this. Dogs and adventure daycare dressed in their Christmas outfits. What? Living their best lives. What? Why is it so awesome? I don't know. Let's see. It's been far too long since I tweeted a Christmas 2025 meme. See, best decoration ever. Straw dummy, $10. Leaning ladder, $0 from the garage. And one set of lights, $5. Freaking out your neighbors, priceless. That is good. It's kind of like a Halloween / Christmas decoration. It's nice. All right. What else we got? The Canadian Pacific Christmas train is traveling across Canada. That's pretty cool. I like it. It's not Christmas until Hans Gruber falls off the Nakatomi Tower. I'm saying Christmas movie. It's actually a really good movie too. Like, Santa decides Elon Musk is on the nice list. Let's see. There he is. Good. He's done more for humanity than anybody else. I guess that's why he does good things and he's productive. And I guess that's why the left hates him, I guess. Let's see. It's time for sharing your best Christmas memes. I'll start. Are you a Palestinian? A what? So it's a historically accurate meme. Nice. Let's see. What's this one? Sweetest thing ever. Every holiday season, my dad displays this Santa I made in elementary school. I'm 45. It's hard to let go. It's hard to let go. It really is. Let's see. Santa doesn't care if you're naughty or nice. He knows you're a cunt. He knows you're a cunt. That's strong language for Christmas, I know, but I thought you guys could handle it at the Christmas market in Switzerland. Pretty cool. They like their Christmas. And I'll say any Christmas event in Europe where nothing explodes and no cars drive into people is a successful Christmas event. Let's see. What's this? Merry Christmas. One of the favorite memes for this Christmas. So epic, it makes me smile and laugh uncontrollably. From Just the Fiery. What's this? It's Merry Christmas. Santa just slaps them. Just slaps the shit out of them. Love it. Love it. That's the way you do it. That's the way. That's my Santa right there. What's this one? It's Trump. Trump memes are the best memes. Just the loss of the memes. Once he's no longer president, just the loss of the memes is going to be a major loss for Western civilization. Let's see. Here's a Christmas 2025 meme that can't be beat. I hope it's a dog. What is the rules around this, by the way? Like, because you're supposed to wrap the presents, but that one, there's not really much point. It's just a waste of wrapping paper at that point. Like, what about just throwing like a red blanket over top if you've got a red or a green blanket? I don't know. But anyway, I know what it is. What's this? The Christmas season is here, but it's not all garlands and mulled wine. In the alpine towns of Austria, Bavaria, South Tyrol, Slovenia, and parts of Czech Republic, something darker roams the streets. Why do they have scary Christmas? What's the point in scary Christmas? I don't know. Well, that's it for that. All right. What do we got going on here? Let's get back to the chat for a second. A little bit more, and then we'll get on to the last stuff. Let's see. Nevada likes the train. Ronald Tusk says, Merry Christmas, pole smoker. Very well. Let's see. Ottawa James, Choo Choo, JJ. JJ like the trains? Let's see. All right. What's going on? Radio Streamer says, even better to make that drum set out of plastic and cardboard and paper plates. Then put the present in the drum part below. That would be you give a gift while truly tricking them. That's actually good. That's devious. I like it. All right. So let's get to, I've seen a lot of good ones, but this is possibly the best so far. This is just funny. Again, when Trump is gone, just the loss of the memes is going to be a tragedy. By far the best memes, political memes ever. Let's take a look. It's the scream at the end that that really makes it. We've got to go back there. Hold on. It's that shriek at the end. Honestly, everybody's going to miss that. Everybody's going to miss these memes. This is funny. I've seen people actually do this kind of stuff. Always. All right, let's take a look.
I'm full. I think I ate too much.
Me too. I can't even finish this coffee.
No, me either.
Are you all right? What are you,
Yeah, just something I learned at yoga. It helps you digest.
Well, do you think you could digest later? I think you're getting in people's way.
Yeah, I just really hate feeling bloated.
Yeah, well, it's better to feel bloated than look mental. That's what I always say. Sit down.
Hang on.
God, Kitty.
Oh, calm down. It wasn't a fart. If that's what you're thinking. That wasn't a fart, everyone. I just ate too fast. I gulped a lot of air with my food, and now the noise you're hearing is that air being released. Relax. It's just the movement of air.
Yes, the movement of air out of your...
What?
It's not coming out of your ears, is it? It's coming out of your arse. You are blowing air out of your arse, which the last time I looked was the dictionary definition of a fart. You're farting in a restaurant.
Oh, and you're shouting. I think someone needs to relax. Have a stretch. Release some air.
Stop it.
Look, for the last time, it's just air. I'll prove it to you. Put your face down here.
You've got to be joking.
No, I'm going to prove to you it's just a gentle puff of air, nothing more.
No.
Fine, hand me the candle.
Why?
Just going to blow it out with my excess air. Show you.
Oh, my God. There you go. Now what do you say?
Better out than in?
Better out than in.
I'm full.
Oh, that's a good one. All right. Let's see. Wait for it.
What a tease.
Oh my God!
I didn't expect that. Let's see. What's going on here? Hold on. What's going on? Oh, God. This is nasty. That is not the face of a man who was amused by the prank. That's a good one. Let's see. Before safe spaces. I remember those times.
Welcome to another episode of Mini Jackass.
You know, we'll do that Monday because it's got some music stuff. Look, check this out. Clearly, he didn't realize how much danger he was in.
Now, you can save £50 per person. £300 off. We've got millions of free.
God. Ugh. Horrible. This got a neighbor you're not a fan of? This is kind of gross. But we're going to watch it anyway. Oh, we're not doing that. Let's see. Let's take a look. What's she doing? Making boot prints. And then what's that? What's that? This is actually just gross. Yuck. Yuck. Yeah. Oh, no. And then the toilet paper, too. Oh, God. Oh, yuck. That's disgusting. Why do I show that at Christmas? It's awful. That's this one here. Not going to lie, the first one made me chuckle and enjoy. So, ranking the funniest dark jokes with mom. All right, let's take a look.
Why do midgets laugh when they run through a field? Because the grass tickles their balls.
That's funny. I accidentally called Nike instead of the suicide hotline. They said, just do it.
What are kidnappers' favorite shoe? White Vans.
Hey, Mom. How do you circumcise a redneck?
I don't know.
Kick his sister in the jaw.
Say, Ma.
Yeah.
What word starts with N and ends in R, and you never want to call a black person?
Don't play with me, Calvin.
Neighbor.
Oh, all right. Let's move on. Let's see. Rob Schneider. This is interesting. So, saying his friend had dinner with the editor-in-chief of the New York Times a few years back. So what happened? Let's see.
My friend had dinner with the editor-in-chief of the New York Times a few years back, and he said, is objectivity something that you're concerned about? And his answer was, I believe it is my moral imperative to make sure that Donald Trump does not become president of the United States again. So what does that mean? And then it just kind of goes to show the difference, and you could see it in the headlines, the same situation of the former administration, the Biden administration, and the same situation, and the headlines are much more jarringly tribal.
Yeah, I believe they actually wrote an editorial. The editor wrote an editorial, I believe, stating that they were going to favor essentially activism over objectivity. Crazy. But we knew that, didn't we? Let's see. Okay. What do you call a deaf gynecologist? Let's see. Hold on.
What do you call a deaf gynecologist?
A what?
A deaf gynecologist.
I have no idea.
A lip reader?
Where did you get that?
That's a good one. Lip reader. That's a good one. All right. We'll save this for Monday, maybe. Bro got completely robbed in broad daylight. Check this out. Hold on. Don't need sound for this. Guy was fishing. Yikes. I hope the eagle didn't eat the hook, because he's getting away with that fish. Anyway, pretty crazy. That'd be pretty nuts to see. Let's see. Marty up north. Now, this is how you mock trans people. So, is this Anthony Jeselnik? Is that his name? Let's take a look.
As a comedian, I've got a responsibility that I take very seriously. The responsibility to get up in front of a group of strangers and give you my opinion on the trans community. Look, guys, you've got to do it now. It's in the handbook. Now, I feel like the trans community are the new pregnant women. Just in that it is never polite to guess. Guys, you got to trust me on this. You never want to be like, hey, how far along are you? Are you going to keep it or? No, don't do that. Even if you're right, it's rude. Do what I do. I'm smooth with it. I don't ask the question. If I want to find something out, I just offer you a drink. Here, have this glass of bourbon. And if they say, actually, Anthony, I'm 7 months pregnant, then I get to be like, oh my God, you look amazing. But if they take the drink, they're trans. As a comedian.
That's a good one. Let's see what else we got. We're saving this one for Monday. There's some stuff I wanted to do last night, but unfortunately the power went out and I couldn't do it. All right, so that's it. I think that's it for tonight, you guys. That's as much as I got for you before Christmas, unfortunately. So let's go to the chat, and then we're going to get out of here, and I'll wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Let's see. I'm going to go back just a little bit. Let's see. What are you guys saying? I know what James says. Brits are nasty. Nasty, he says. Huh. Let's see. Let's see. Radio Streamer says, funny story. I once caught a bat while fishing. It was chasing my bait as I cast it. It flew away safe. Well, that's good. That'd be a weird thing. Like, what do you, I don't know. That'd be, I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like that at all. Let's see. All right. Let's see. All right. Nevada says, see you all after Christmas. Have a merry one. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot for showing up. Thanks for being in the chat. You guys give me some good belly laughs tonight, which I always appreciate. If you guys weren't here, I wouldn't bother doing this because it would just be depressing, quite frankly. Ranting to a cold in a different universe. But you guys are here, so it's fun. So I will keep coming back as long as you guys do. I want to wish everybody a Merry, Merry Christmas. And we'll see you on Boxing Day night. So we'll be back on Friday. That's Boxing Day, right? We'll be back on Friday at 7:30 Pacific time, the usual time. See everybody then. Good night, everyone.